I still hear the muffled creak of the floorboards. My husband was snoring, dead asleep upstairs, while I was downstairs, being touched by not one but two of his best friends, and the worst part, I didn't stop them. I let it happen. I wanted it to happen. God help me, I needed it. It started with something so small, almost innocent, a joke over dinner, a lingering glance, a hand that stayed on my shoulder just a little too long. You tell yourself it's nothing, that you're imagining it, that you're being dramatic, but deep down I knew the line was blurring long before I crossed it. My husband Scott works hard, blue-collar guy, hands calloused from years of labor, body aching by the end of the day. We've been married 11 years, and most of that time I've been invisible to him, not unloved, just unnoticed, like a lamp that's always on but never appreciated until it burns out. I'm 37 now. I don't have the body I had in my 20s. I've had 2 kids, both in school now. The stretch marks, the soft belly, the tired eyes. They all became a mirror of what I felt inside, faded, and that's when they started coming around more often. Corey and Damien. Scott's childhood buddies, the kind of men who wear confidence like cologne. Loud, magnetic, intoxicating. They'd come over most Friday nights. Cards, beer, trash talk. I'd make snacks, refill their drinks, and float in and out of the room like a ghost hostess. But they saw me, really saw me. Corey would wink. Damien would compliment my hair, say I smelled nice. The first time Damien said, "If Scott ever messes up, you know where to find me." I laughed, but I remembered. I clung to it. One night, Scott passed out early. Too much whiskey, too little sleep from the week. I was cleaning up. Beer cans, chip bags, the usual post, frat, boy mess. Corey lingered, then Damien. It started with Corey brushing past me in the kitchen, his hand grazing the small of my back. Too familiar, too comfortable. I didn't move, didn't say stop. I looked at him, and he smiled like he already knew the answer. The kiss came next. Damien was watching from the hallway. I didn't stop him either when he stepped forward and pressed against me from behind, his hand moving up my waist. They kissed me like I was some forbidden prize, their mouths tasting of alcohol and danger. I should have said no. I wanted to say no, but I didn't. My pulse was pounding, my thighs trembling, and upstairs my husband snored like a thunderstorm, completely unaware. What happened next was a blur of shame and heat and moaning and breathless guilt. I don't even remember who touched me first, who took their clothes off first. I just remember the weight of them on me. One, then the other, then both. The smell of sweat and lust and sin, the carpet burning my knees, the way Corey whispered, "Don't worry, baby, he'll never know," and how I nodded like a desperate fool, and for an hour, maybe more, I wasn't a wife. I wasn't a mother. I wasn't a woman folding laundry and making dentist appointments. I was wanted, ravished, possessed, but the moment it ended, when they zipped their jeans and gave me that smug grin, I crumbled. They high-fived, laughed, walked out like they'd conquered some game level, and I sat there, naked and broken. My husband's best friend's scent still on my skin. That was 6 months ago. You might think I came clean. I didn't. I tried to erase it, to shower them off me, to scrub the filth from my soul. But guilt has a smell. It clings. It lingers in the sheets, in the silence between conversations. I pulled away from Scott. Stopped initiating anything. Couldn't meet his eyes, and he noticed, but he chalked it up to hormones or stress. Never once did he suspect the 2 men he called brothers had touched his wife in the most intimate, defiling way. It would have ended there, a one-time mistake, if not for what happened next. Damien texted me, a picture of me, naked, kneeling, mouth open. God, I wanted to vomit, just a keepsake. He said. I threatened to block him. He replied, "You didn't say no, you begged." That's when I knew this wasn't just cheating. It was blackmail, humiliation, and still, a sick, twisted part of me felt flattered, like being seen. even this way, was better than the emptiness I had grown used to. I didn't reply. I told myself I'd never see them again, but they kept coming over. Scott, still oblivious, laughed with them, drank with them, sat across the table while they eyed me like wolves who'd already tasted the kill. One night, Corey cornered me in the hallway while Scott was in the garage. "You miss it?" he whispered. I shoved him, told him to leave me alone. He laughed, said I was cute when I was angry. Later that night, I cried in the bathroom for over an hour. My kids knocked. I told them Mommy had a headache. I should have told Scott, should have screamed the truth and watched it destroy everything. But I didn't, because the truth, the raw, ugly truth, I don't regret the night. I regret what it revealed about me, that I could be that woman, the one I used to judge, the one I swore I'd never become, and yet, here I am. But here's where it gets darker. Last week, I overheard Corey talking to another woman on speakerphone while Scott was grilling outside, flirting, saying things he once said to me. I realized then I was never special, just another plaything, another notch on their belt, maybe even a joke they passed around like a dare. It made me sick, not just at them, but at myself. So I did something. I copied the photo Damien sent me. I printed it, sealed it in an envelope, no return address. I mailed it to myself and to one other person, my husband. He got the envelope yesterday. He hasn't said a word. He came home, kissed me like usual, tucked the kids in and went to bed. But he knows. I saw it in the way he looked at me, empty, like a stranger. Like the woman he loved was already dead, and maybe she is. I don't know what's going to happen now. Divorce, silence, revenge. Maybe he'll go after them. Maybe he'll just disappear. Maybe he's waiting to confront me when the kids aren't around. Whatever happens, I deserve it, all of it. But if you think this story ends with regret and a vow to never do it again, you'd be wrong, because even now, part of me aches for that feeling again, that hunger, that power, that fleeting moment where I was seen, and that's what terrifies me the most. I wish I could say that mailing those envelopes gave me some kind of twisted closure, that it was the beginning of me doing the right thing. That the truth, no matter how ugly, set me free, but it didn't. It just opened a new kind of prison, one where every glance from my husband feels loaded, where silence screams louder than words ever could. He hasn't confronted me yet, and the waiting, it's brutal. It's like being strapped to a ticking bomb, not knowing when it'll go off. I find myself studying him now like I used to study textbooks in college, desperate to find the hidden meaning behind every movement, every sigh, every breath. Is he planning something? Is he numb? Is he waiting for the kids to go off to summer camp next week before he drops the hammer? He still kisses me goodbye in the morning, still pours coffee for both of us. But it's mechanical, like muscle memory, like he's playing a part until the curtains fall, and I play along, pretending I don't see the envelope tucked between the pages of his work journal. Pretending I don't hear him closing the garage door a little too slowly, or the long pauses he takes in the backyard with his beer. He's unraveling, and I'm the thread that started it. I should come clean, say it all out loud, cry, beg, do something. But the shame freezes my throat, because how do you say those words to someone who trusted you with their whole life? I let your friends take me. They passed me between them while you slept upstairs. How does a marriage survive that? And then there's the other part of me, the selfish, sick part that keeps wondering, what if he doesn't leave? What if we move past it? What if he never talks about it at all? Wouldn't that be worse? Yesterday, something changed. I caught Corey's name flashing on Scott's phone. Missed call that wasn't strange. They talk all the time. But later, I checked Scott's call log when he went for a shower. Don't judge me. I already hate myself enough. And I saw he called Damien too. Back to back, 5 minutes apart. Then I saw this, meet, just one word, Sent from Scott to Corey. My heart stopped. What were they talking about? Did they know he knew? Were they panicking? Were they laughing about it? Or worse, planning some excuse to twist the story, flip it on me? I paced the kitchen for nearly an hour, phone in hand, considering whether to confront Scott myself. But I didn't. I don't know if that makes me a coward or just tired. That night, Scott didn't sleep in our bed. Said he had a backache. I lay there staring at the ceiling, listening for creaks, whispers, any sign that he was planning his next move. I barely slept a minute. Then this morning something else happened. Damien showed up, unannounced, 9:30 a.m., just strolled up to the house like nothing had happened. Scott was still inside. The kids had just left for school. Damien knocked, smirking like a devil in a hoodie, and I felt it again. That low, dirty throb in my chest, that cocktail of fear and something darker. "Hey, gorgeous," he said. I didn't let him in. He leaned against the doorway, arms crossed. "You told him, didn't you?" I didn't answer. He chuckled. "It's okay. He'll get over it. Men like him. They never leave. They forgive everything as long as dinner's hot and the bed's warm." That was it. I snapped. I pushed him hard. "Get off my porch." He grinned. "You miss it. You'll call me." I slammed the door in his face, and the whole time Scott was watching from the hallway. I didn't know until I turned around. He didn't speak. He didn't move. Just stood there, arms folded, eyes dead. I didn't know he was coming. I blurted, still nothing. Then he said, calm, like he was reading a grocery list, "Pack a bag. Go to your sister's." No yelling. No crying. Just instructions. Like he'd already made up his mind and any emotion was a waste of time. I begged, fell to my knees, told him it was a mistake, that I hated myself, that I'd do anything to fix it. He looked at me like I was something stuck to the bottom of his boot, like he was ashamed of what he ever saw in me. And then he said something I'll never forget. "You didn't cheat on me. You humiliated me. You took everything I trusted and pissed on it while I slept." That hit harder than any slap could have, so I packed one bag, just the essentials. I called my sister, told her I needed space. I told the kids I was going to help Aunt Megan with a home project for the week. They bought it. I could barely hold it together in the Uber, and now here I am, sitting in my sister's guest room, watching the sun go down through floral curtains I've always hated, staring at my phone. No calls, no messages, just silence. I want to believe this is rock bottom, that I can crawl out from here, rebuild, learn, but some days I think maybe I was never built for monogamy, for stillness, for loyalty. Maybe there's something broken in me that craves chaos, that mistakes being desired for being loved. I've spent so long being someone's wife, someone's mother, someone's obligation, that the second someone made me feel like a woman again, I burned it all down just to feel the heat. And I don't know if I'll ever forgive myself for that, but here's the twist that no one expects, the final cut. Last night, I got a message from Corey, not a photo, not a threat, just 3 words, "He knows everything," and under it, a laughing emoji, like it was a game, like it was always a game, and suddenly it hit me. Maybe this was never about me at all. Maybe it wasn't lust. Maybe it wasn't desire. Maybe they did this to hurt him, to humiliate Scott, to destroy the one thing he loved, me, and I let them. I was the weapon. I was the wound, and now the blood won't stop. It's been 4 days since I left my home, 4 days since Scott told me to go. 4 days of silence. No messages, no calls, no explanations, and then today he sent me something, not a text, not a voicemail, it was a video. It popped up on my phone this morning while I was brushing my teeth. From an unknown number, 30 seconds long, no caption. I opened it expecting the worst, but what I saw, it was a clip, clearly from our home security system, the hallway camera I forgot existed. The one right outside the kitchen, half hidden behind the picture frame Scott installed last year after that break-in scare. In the video, I'm standing between Corey and Damien. My hair's messy. I'm in that short sleep shirt Scott always said he loved. Corey kisses me. Damien runs his hand down my back, and then the three of us disappear into the living room, just outside of the camera's range, but not before the sound of a zipper echoes faintly in the mic. Not before I giggle, not before I moan the timestamp. 6 months ago, that night, the night everything broke. He had the footage all this time. He knew, not from the envelope, not from the picture Damien sent. Scott knew the truth before I even admitted it to myself. I dropped my phone. I threw up. I curled into the corner of my sister's guest room and sobbed until I couldn't breathe, because suddenly I realized this wasn't about revenge. It wasn't about catching me. It was about watching me hang myself with my own silence, and he let me, because what's more painful than someone yelling at you, someone giving you the rope and walking away? He never asked me why, never screamed, never begged. He just detached. That's when I remembered something. 2 weeks ago, during one of our normal nights before the fallouts, Scott had said something weird. We were watching a movie, some thriller where the wife cheats, the husband kills the lover, the usual Lifetime drama. And Scott turned to me out of nowhere and said, "You ever think some people cheat because they're already dead inside? Like they just want to feel something, even if it destroys everything." At the time, I thought it was just a random observation. Now I know that was his way of telling me he knew, and he was waiting to see what kind of ghost I'd become. So here I am, the ghost of the woman I used to be. I think back to the beginning, to the moments I justified everything in my head. The loneliness, the lack of intimacy, the neglect, the excuses we tell ourselves so we can sleep at night. But you know what no one talks about, the after, the smell of their cologne haunting your pillow even when they're gone. The phantom of their hands on your hips when your husband brushes past you. The way your skin crawls with shame every time your child says, "I love you, Mommy." Cheating isn't just about sex. It's about breaking a mirror and then trying to piece it back together without cutting yourself open. And I'm bleeding every day from the inside. I haven't responded to the video. I wouldn't even know what to say. What's left to say when the truth is burned onto the screen like a scar? But I did something today. Something small, maybe meaningless. I deleted Corey and Damien's numbers. Finally, it took me 6 months, but I did it. I won't block them. That would be too easy. I want to see them try. I want them to know I chose to look away. Then I opened a new email, typed out a message to Scott. Not asking for forgiveness, not begging for a second chance, just, "This I know now, I see everything, I don't expect you to come back. I just wanted you to know. I finally feel it, the weight, and I'm sorry I carried it so carelessly." I haven't sent it yet. It's still sitting in my drafts, because maybe this isn't about redemption. Maybe there isn't a clean ending, no bow to tie, no tears to reconcile. Maybe some stories just rot from the inside out. And maybe I deserve to sit in that rot for a while. Epilogue reflection. People think cheating is a single choice, a one-night mistake, a slip, but it isn't. It's hundreds of little decisions stacked on top of each other like matchsticks, until one spark burns the whole thing down. You think it'll make you feel alive, but what it really does is kill everything good inside you. I didn't just betray my husband. I didn't just betray my marriage. I betrayed the version of me who still believed in love. And now, all I have left is this story, a confession, a warning, a wound that I picked wide open for strangers to listen to on the internet. If you're still here, if you've listened this far, maybe you're searching for answers too. Just promise me one thing. When someone sees you in a way your partner doesn't anymore. Don't mistake that spark for something sacred. Don't burn down your whole damn house just to feel a little bit warm. I'm still at my sister's, day 7 now. She doesn't ask questions, just brings me coffee in the morning, folds my laundry, and leaves me be. I think she knows, or at least suspects, but she's too kind, or maybe too afraid, to make me say it out loud. I keep staring at the draft email, rereading that one paragraph, hovering over send, with a thumb that trembles like it knows pressing it will make everything real. And maybe that's what I've been avoiding this whole time, reality. Because fantasy, it lets you pretend you're still desirable, pretend someone wants you, pretend the fire was worth the ashes. But this is real now, the silence, the shame, the weight of a marriage I buried with my own hands. And the worst part, Scott hasn't blocked me. He hasn't messaged me, called me, cursed me out. He just went quiet. And there's something about silence that screams louder than any fight ever could. Sometimes I stare at our wedding photo. It's still saved on my phone. I zoom in on our faces, so young, so full of hope, completely unaware of what was coming. I want to reach through the screen and scream at that woman, "Don't do it. Don't crave what you'll never be able to carry. Don't let one night steal your whole future." But I can't change it now. I already let them in. I already let me out. So here's the end of the story, the end of the marriage, maybe even the end of who I thought I was. I won't beg you to feel sorry for me. I wouldn't blame you if you hate me. If I were you, I'd hate me too. I'm not the hero of this story. I'm not even the victim. I'm the warning. If you're standing at that same edge I stood on, don't mistake a moment of desire for a lifetime of love. Don't let silence be the thing that tears you apart. And whatever you do, whatever you feel, remember that betrayal doesn't just break trust, it breaks people.